Hey guys, I have a Discord server. You guys should totally join our community. I'm also really active on Twitch as well as social media like Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. If you guys want to follow me and stay up to date with everything, check out all the links in the description down below. And I guess enjoy the video.
Hey guys, before we get into the actual video, there's something I want to address real quick, and that is impersonators. So I actually have a few people who have been impersonating me lately, trying to scam people. Basically, I have one Steam account and everyone else is an impersonator, all right? So if anybody claiming to be me contacts you, it's probably not me. So the way that you can figure out that it's me is I'm Steam level 131. I have 9 years of service. I got this dank Steam background. And then if you actually go to my item showcase, I have all these skins. And if you go to my actual inventory, basically the way to tell if it's the real me is just checking my inventory. And also, this is my Steam group too, TurboMotionZ. You guys should join, it's pretty cool. Go to my inventory, check it out. And if you see like knives and dragon lures and stuff like that, then it's me. I mean, basically I have one Steam account and this is it right here. You know, I'm gonna call these people out. So these are actually two impersonators of mine. This is one of them. And they try to change their name to the same as mine and they try to make it look similar, but even if they have the same background, it still wouldn't work. And you see this guy right here? This guy's inventory is private. So that's basically how you can tell it's the fake one. I don't know who this guy is, but this guy went to great lengths to make a fake profile. Not only did he make like a fake name, a fake profile picture and do all that stuff, but he bought an account with 15 years of service to make him look legit. He leveled up to Steam level 70. But he also made this custom artwork. He probably paid someone on Fiverr like $5 to do it. And then he also made a fake Steam group. So yeah, so this guy is an impersonator as well as this guy. These guys are both impersonators. And this is me. I just wanted to mention that so nobody gets scammed. Basically, just be careful. Also, guys, I'm live right now on Twitch. Today's Sub Saturday. We're going to be playing minigames with subs all day. It's going to be a lot of fun. So hope to see you guys there. After the video, twitch.tv/TurboMotionZ. Link is in the description down below. Make sure you follow. Anyways, let's get into the actual video now. Hey, what's up guys, it's Turbo here and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be going over the best CSGO skins for under $20. Keep in mind all the prices are from BitSkins, so obviously if you want to get the cheapest skins, you got to use BitSkins and not the Steam market, because you know, everything on the Steam market is kind of overpriced. Also, the prices on BitSkins are more like cash out price, so you can obviously get a much better deal, and then those people are happy because they can cash out to like PayPal or whatever, or Bitcoin. Yeah. If you are going to pick up everything from the Steam market, it is going to cost a little bit more. It could cost up to 40% more. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But regardless, let's get right into this list. So the first skin we're going to be talking about is the Op Asimov Battle Scarred, and this is a fan favorite. Like, this has been one of the most popular ops for a very long time. And obviously this is the Battle Scarred version, but if you actually get one with a relatively low float, it can actually look really close to field tested. Or you could try to get one that's really battle scarred for a really low price and just say it's like an Op Blackamov. Like, honestly, you could take it either way. So, you know, either go for like like the lowest float possible or the highest float possible, and either way you're going to be getting a pretty nice skin. Next up is the USPS Kill Confirmed Field Tested, and this is honestly one of my favorite USPSs in the game, just because it has a really sick design. It's just, I don't know, it just overall looks really awesome. And the biggest benefit of the Kill Confirmed is even if it's field tested, it still looks as scratchless as factory new, because it's more of a brightness based skin. Like, if it's battle scarred, it'll look a lot darker. If it's factory new, it'll look a lot brighter. But when you actually compare like factory new to field tested, it's very hard to notice a difference. I mean, literally, you can get the best USPS in the game for like $19. Like, that's actually a pretty good price. Next up is the SSG Dragonfire Factory New, probably my favorite scout in the entire game. Honestly, better than the Blood in the Water. Like, a lot of people like to compare this to the Dragon Lore. A lot of people like to call this the scout version of the Dragon Lore. I mean, it's not nearly as expensive as the D-Lore, but it definitely has a really sick design with like the dragon and the fire and everything. I mean, well, it's literally called the Dragon Fire, so of course there's going to be a dragon and fire on it. Surprisingly, it's actually one of the cheaper skins on this list, but it's probably one of the best. Moving on, we have the AK-47 Vulcan Field Tested, and this is actually another really popular skin from back in the day. I mean, obviously it's not as popular as like the Frontside Misty, but like the Frontside Misty is good if you're on like an even lower budget than $20. If you have $20, you can go all the way to a Vulcan. Keep in mind, it's only going to be field tested, but if you get one with a good float, it can actually look relatively clean. But yeah, I mean, overall though, the Vulcan just has a nice, simple design. You know, it has a couple colors, blue, black, and like some white. And it's definitely not the most visually appealing skins in the game. It's definitely not the most elaborate design, but it definitely gets the job done, and it's a pretty nice skin to use in game. All right, moving on. Now we have the Op Hyper Beast Field Tested, and this is the exact opposite of the Vulcan. It just has a sick design, and arguably this is probably the best looking Hyper Beast. Obviously, you know, all the Hyper Beasts look a little bit different, but the Op Hyper Beast just seems to look really nice. A lot of people like comparing it to the Op Asimov, so you can pick whichever one you want, whether you prefer the more simplistic design of the Asimov or whether you prefer prefer the more complex design of the Hyper Beast. Now, because it's field tested, it is going to have a few scratches on it, so it's not going to look perfect, but hey, it's still better than a battle scarred one, right? Even in field tested, it still looks awesome. This next one's going to be kind of controversial. It's the AK-47 case hardened field tested. I originally was going to go with a battle scarred one, but I realized that the field tested ones are essentially the same price. Like they're just like a dollar more or something. Like they're just slightly more. And the case hardens are actually, they're based on darkness. So like if it's battle scarred, it'll look darker. If it's factory new, it'll look brighter. But field tested is right in the middle, so it actually looks pretty good. Like obviously it's not as bright as like a factory new one, but it's still relative. It still looks pretty clean. And I guess since the case harden is more of a pattern based skin, I guess you just have to like look at the skin and decide if you like it or not. If there's like a lot of blue on it and you think it's a sick looking design, pick it up. If there's like no blue at all on it, like, you know, some people like case hardens without blue. I mean, there's also people who are into, you know, there's a lot of weird fetishes out there. Wait, what? What am I talking about? But yeah, I mean, if you don't like the case harden, just don't get it. But this is just optional for the people who do want to get it, because you can get one for under $20. Moving on, we actually have another AK-47. We have the AK-47 Aquamarine Revenge Minimal Wear. And this is actually the first covert skin that I ever unboxed, and I was freaking out when I got it, because it was brand new when I got it back when the Felchion collection first came out. Like that was insane. But it is just a super sick skin, and even in minimal wear it looks really clean. It's literally an AK with some fire dolphins on it. Like what more can I say? Literal fire dolphins. Like, dude, like how cool is that? No, honestly though, but it does remind me a little bit of the fire serpent, but it's a much cheaper version of the fire serpent, and arguably it looks a little bit better actually. So, I mean, honestly, like all these AKs are all down to personal preference. Like if you like more of a blue kind of, you know, simplistic skin, you can go with the Vulcan. If you like case hardens, you can get a case hardened. If you like more like green / orangish themed skins, the Aquamarine Revenge is for you. Like obviously you don't have to buy every gun on this list. I just want to put as many out there as possible so you know your options. All right, now we have the P250 See You Later. I had to put a P250 on this list, and yeah, it's the factory new See You Later. And okay, so the P250 is not that useful of a skin. Like not a lot of people actually use the P250 in game, but if you do, like during like an eco round or whatever, I think the See You Later is by far the best looking design out of like any like P250 in the game. Like it's like a robotic crocodile kind of thing. Like that's literally what it is. But if you don't really like green themed skins, next up we have the P90 Asimov factory new. And this is another Asimov on this list, and I had to pick it because just Asimovs are super duper nice. And this is the P90 variant. Honestly, probably one of the best P90s in the game. And we already talked about the Asimov, so yeah, it's just a very simplistic skin. It's basically orange and white with some accents of black. A very simple design, but it looks really awesome in game, and it's actually a fan favorite. Like when you think of like CSGO skins, one of the first skins to come to mind is the Asimov. Yeah, and the P90 is no exception. Speaking of exceptions, next up is the 5.7 Hyper Beast Minimal Wear. And much like the Op Hyper Beast, it's still a Hyper Beast obviously, but it has a lot more pink on it. And it's also in the form of a 5.7. I mean, whether that's a good thing or not, I guess it's all up to you to decide. But if you personally use the 5.7 when you're actually playing competitive, if it's like one of your go-to like pistols, if you're like ecoing or whatever, I don't know why you'd eco with a 5.7, but if you use the 5.7 regularly, it might make sense to get a Hyper Beast, because it's actually a pretty cool looking skin. Much like a lot of the other skins that I've talked about, is probably the best looking 5.7 you can buy. Speaking of the best you can buy, next up we have the Desert Eagle Sunset Storm factory new. And these, oh boy, like these are a little pricey, but they look really cool. So these are essentially red Desert Eagles. They're not like the code red. It's not like the new red that just came out in the Horizon case. It's more of like a red deagle with kind of with a design to it. Got him. Oh, device with the knife, yo, that was insane. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. Yeah, honestly, I don't really have too much to say about the Sunset Storm. It's just a cool looking deagle with a cool design on it. I'd say the deagle blaze is probably better, but it's also like quadruple the price. So like, would you rather spend like $14 on a Sunset Storm, or would you rather spend like 60 or whatever on Bitskins on a blaze? Yeah, so I think the Sunset Storm is a close second for best Desert Eagles in the game. And then finally, we have the last skin on this list, the AK-47 Neon Revolution Minimal Wear. I had to go with the Neon Revolution because it's such an iconic skin, such an iconic AK. Well, not really that iconic, but it's just super colorful, it's super vibrant. And if you didn't know, it was actually inspired by the Joker from Suicide Squad, which was a terrible movie. But I guess let's just say it was inspired by just the Joker in general. Like, which supervillain is better than the Joker? Probably a lot, but it's cool that there's like a pink AK with some green spray paint in the middle. It says Anarchy. And I guess the background behind it or the inspiration for it isn't the reason why it's such a nice skin. The reason why it's such a nice skin is just because it's colorful, it looks cool, it's vibrant, like it really stands out. So I don't know if you guys agreed with me or not. Like if you guys agreed with me, let me know in the comments down below. If you disagreed, if there's some other $20 skins you think I should have put in the video instead, by all means let me know, because this is just my personal opinion for the for the best under $20 skins in the game. You know, your list might be a little bit different. Like, you know, everyone has their own preferences, everyone has their own opinions, so I just want to hear what you guys have to say. Anyways guys, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, click that bell icon, and if you watched the video all the way until the end, leave a comment saying hashtag I got $20 to buy a skin, baby. What? Yeah, just do that and I'll do my best to try to give you guys a heart. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. It's Turbo and I'm out. Peace.